Pledge of Allegiance, I'd like to ask our student board member to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call will reflect that all board members are present. Cabinet is present with the exception of Dr. May Volmer and Ms. Fisher. We also have present our student board member, Bo LeBoyd, representing Horizon School. At this time, I'd like to ask Dr. Wood to introduce our new student board member.
All right, well, welcome, Bo. We're really excited to have you here this evening. I'm going to read off some interesting facts about Bo. First of all, he came from John Adams and Truman Elementary School. He also was over at La Quinta Middle School and then has been at Horizon the last 4 years. Bo writes that he has had the privilege of working in journalism, which is one of a great experience that he's had here in Desert Sands. He enjoys cooking. He also has had leadership experience as the assistant editor-in-chief of the newspaper. And this one's definitely my favorite. He says that I consider myself an old soul because I like old school music. So you gotta love that. Bo, if you'd please meet me down in front here where we will conduct the oath of office.
Approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of September 3rd, 2024?
So moved, Porras.
Is there a second?
Second, Pierce.
Any discussion? Hearing none, calls for the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0, sorry. Board meeting addenda. Dr. Wood, do we have any addenda?
There is not.
Thank you. Approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda of the regular meeting of September 17th, 2024? Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, calls for the question. Preferential vote.
Aye.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0 with one preferential vote. Community staff student recognition, Dr. Wood.
All right, I'd like to welcome our Public Information Officer, Tamara Watkins, up to the podium.
Good evening, members of the school board, cabinet, colleagues, and of course, honored guests. It is with great pleasure that we gather tonight to recognize the remarkable achievements of Alexis Arias. She's an English and senior studies teacher at Amistad High School in Indio. She was awarded the prestigious Milken Educator Award back in June. She received a $25,000 prize. That's pretty awesome. Now, to share more about this incredible honor, we are privileged to have with us Dr. Jane Foley, Senior Vice President of the Milken Educator Awards and the Milken Family Foundation, and Michael Hillman, Vice President of Creative Services at the Foundation. But for now, Dr. Foley will join us with more.
Hello, everyone, and it's great to be here. As you just heard, my name is Jane Foley. I'm a Senior Vice President at the Milken Family Foundation. It's a nonprofit based in Santa Monica. Before the foundation, I was a teacher and a principal for 24 years in Indiana and received the Milken Educator Award in 1994 when I was an elementary principal. The Milken Educator Awards have been recognizing outstanding K-12 teachers, principals, and specialists since the first awards were presented in 1987. In California to 12 educators. It is now considered the preeminent teacher recognition program. It's called the Oscars of teaching. Now having honored over 2,900 educators, every state, including 147 here in California. The foundation was established in 1982 by Lowell and Mike Milken, driven by their belief that human capital is the best resource. So our programs provide resources and expanded networks to talented people so they can help themselves and those around them. The motto of the Milken Award is, "The future belongs to the educated." Those are powerful words. By that we mean that if you are well taught in school, you will be ready to succeed, contribute to society, and enjoy your life. And under the able guidance of quality educators such as Alexis Arias, we can be assured that the motto comes to life in schools every day. Great educators do more than instruct. They change lives. Every successful person can name a teacher in their life that made a difference. Think of a teacher that helped you. Even years later, those teachers continue to inspire us just through our memory about their example and their advice. Milken Award recipients are the ones that this generation's students will remember years into the future. But as a society, we don't thank and honor educators enough. This program was established to recognize outstanding educators and give them a strong incentive to stay in the profession, and to bring public recognition to the good news, the results in education. And by spotlighting the importance of educators, we hope to attract talented young people to teaching. Now, Milken educators are selected because they represent the best in the teaching profession. They're known for their innovation, their leadership, their results. There are unique features of this award that include a confidential selection process. There's no nominations or applications. An unrestricted financial award of $25,000, as you heard. Recipients are unsung heroes with no previous national recognition. And it is not a lifetime achievement award. Milken educators are early to mid-career with the potential to remain in education for years to come. So the award has several elements. First is celebration, such as her surprise notification at Amistad High School, recognitions such as this. And last June, when Alexis joined other Milken educators in Los Angeles at our national MEA forum. Second is elevation, where there are increased professional opportunities with educators in California and across the country, both face-to-face and virtually. These interactions are intended to inspire and help educators raise their professional practices to ever higher levels. And third is activation. That's what Milken educators choose to do with the recognition. It's an invitation and an opportunity to grow as a leader in the profession and society. The obelisk that we will present tonight is a tangible symbol of excellence that sends a message to students and the community that society values the work of talented educators. We celebrate the successes in schools and to remind educators of their power to make a difference in the lives of young people, and that as teacher leaders, there's always more work to do. with so many pressing issues in education in California and across the country, today gives us a chance to pause and remember the importance of talented educators and to shine a spotlight on examples of excellence. On behalf of Lowell Milken and the Milken Family Foundation, we congratulate Alexis Arias, a member of our national family of excellence. Congratulations.
Thank you. Every day, teachers pour their hearts into helping students reach their full potential. I want to thank the Milken Foundation for recognizing the incredible work teachers do. I wouldn't be the educator I am today without the support of my parents, family, peers, and the teachers who invested in me. If I am a teacher of excellence, it's because I've been surrounded by excellence. Thanks to the Milken Foundation's inspiration, I hope we can continue to honor the educators shaping greatness in all of our communities. Thank you.
So once again, congratulations to Alexis, and thank you, Dr. Foley. Once again, please take your seats. In a few moments, we'll hear some remarks from the board and superintendents, and afterwards, I would like to invite you to join me in the lobby for a quick photo opportunity. Thank you.
Introduction of new or recently promoted employees. Dr. Hyde.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm excited. I have two announcements to make. I'd like to ask Steve Giddings, the new assistant principal at Truman Elementary, to step up to the dais, please. So a little about Steve. Steve earned his Bachelor of Arts degree in Health and Human Performance and a Master of Arts degree in Health and Physical Education from the University of Louisville. He also has a second Master of Arts degree in Elementary Education and an Educational Specialist degree in Instructional Leadership from the University of the Cumberlands. After his service in the Navy, Steve entered into the education field as a paraeducator and then went on to be a PE teacher, elementary teacher, district MTSS, and bullying prevention specialist, as well as being a project teacher. Mr. Giddings feels like he hit the lottery by moving to the desert and working for DSUSD and looks forward to each and every day. Welcome, Mr. Giddings. Please say a few words, and if you have any guests, introduce them.
Thank you. Thank you to the board and to the cabinet for approving the recommendation from Dr. Borgen, who I've really come to admire. And I saw Lizzie Hartman back here. She doesn't want to call her out, but 4 years ago when I was in Louisville, Kentucky during COVID, we had decided we were going to move to the desert, just out of the blue. We'd never been here before. And so I did a virtual job fair, and Lizzie was the very first person I spoke to from Desert Sands. So she was kind of my introduction, and we connected. I knew she was from Ohio, and so it was just a conversation. It wasn't an interview. So when I hung up from that conversation, I was thinking I could be there. I like that place, and so just a warm start from day one. And then I walked into Van Buren Elementary, and I met my very first coworker, who's here with me tonight. Turned out to be one of my very best friends now, so Michelle Oshniak. And through that time, I've worked with some amazing staff members at Kennedy and Van Buren. Now at Truman, I do feel like I hit the lottery. It's a tough job. It's late nights sometimes. But I'm with a new principal also. She's new this year. So we're learning together, but she's already like an old pro, and I'm very excited. I think Dr. Borgen did a really good job by meshing us together. Oops, sorry. She's watching tonight via computer, so hey, Kristen Harper. And I just want to say thank you. I'm very excited to be here. I do love the desert. I love this district already. I'm excited for the future. So thank you very much.
Next, I'd like to welcome Dr. Michael O'Neill, the new coordinator of assessment and accountability, up to the dais, please. Dr. O'Neill. So Dr. O'Neill earned his Bachelor of Arts degree from New York University and his Master of Arts and PhD in Modern Irish History from the University College in Dublin. Mr. O'Neill would like to acknowledge his wife, Joanna, his children, Kara and Connor, for their love and support. He enjoys spending time with his family, his kids in particular, taking them on weekend adventures or building things with them. Dr. O'Neill, welcome. Please introduce any guests you might have and say a few words.
Thank you. Good evening, board and cabinet. I could not be more honored to be here this evening. It's just an absolutely wonderful thing to be invited to be part of the work that's going on down here. The work that's happening in this district is absolutely stellar, and thank you again for this opportunity you're affording me. I'm over the moon to be here. Thank you.
Mr. LeBoyd? No comment? Yes.
Thank you for the opportunity to serve on this board. It's a pleasure and a very great chance. So, but thank you. Congratulations to everyone.
Mr. Duran?
All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome and thank you again for joining us here this evening. I want to begin with saying kudos to all those that were promoted recently, Mr. Giddings and Mr. O'Neill. Congratulations on your new assignments, and we look forward to hearing great things, and I know great things are going to happen with each and every one of you. Also, I want to welcome Bo Labard here from La Quinta High School, here on the dais here with us this evening. I know he's going to do a great job, and he's already learning because he's asking a lot of questions right off the bat, and he's not shy. Kudos, Alexis Arias. The excellence, I think, in your speech that I heard was that you immediately shared, if you want to call it for the fame that you've recently received, and I find that to be quite honorable in and of itself. So you really are a true gem in this desert. For us and the students in the community are absolutely lucky to be intertwined with your abilities and your skill sets, and we are proud to say that you work here for Desert Sands, so congratulations on that wonderful award. I'd like to remind everybody, too, that yesterday began Hispanic Heritage Month. It's on for a month. So I want to let you know that the that the motto this year is Pioneers of Change and Shaping the Future Together. And I know that's exactly what we do here at Desert Sands Unified School District. So I'm really proud of the work that we do within the community, not only just in the Hispanic community, but also too in all the communities that we reach out and we, again, weave together to make us the best district that I know I've ever been associated with or seen. What else? I just wanted to say I went to the mayor's luncheon, as many of us did here. It was a great event, and we learned a lot because you can see a lot of the great things that are happening in this valley, but a lot of the leaders that are also spending a lot of their time helping the community, all our mayors and our tribal leaders were at that event. And again, I'm just going to put this out again. I'd like to encourage families to attend a school function, and I know last time I kind of said a sports, and that's function obviously, but there are lots of functions. Maybe your children, if you're listening on the internet, are maybe of elementary age. Don't forget to volunteer and give some time to the schools. We only can get better with your support and your commitment with time and connections. And it always makes a good thing to realize, or to get to know the people that your children are actually in class with. So again, I just want to put a little bit of that info into the minds of the community, and you're going to hear that regularly from me. So with that, I think I'm good to go. Thank you.
Morris?
I just want to welcome Stephen Giddings as the assistant principal to Truman. Welcome to the family, and I'm glad that you feel a lot of warm fuzzies from everybody. So anyway, I'm looking forward to visiting you there, and I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. You're going to do a great job. And also to Michael O'Neill, congratulations on your assignment, and I'm sure you're going to do great as well. I just wanted to say that, Alexis, I was there when you received your award, and it was so great. I actually videotaped you being surprised. It was just amazing. So I didn't realize you were going to get something else here tonight, so that's just wonderful. But you're an amazing teacher, and you well-deserved, and I just think it's so great that the organization, the Milken organization, recognizes excellent teachers, and so congratulations again. And yes, I went to the mayor's luncheon, tribal luncheon. Michael and all of us were there except Kylie, unfortunately. But it was great to see how our Coachella Valley just supports one another. All the cities just support one another, and they're trying. Anyway, it's just wonderful to see all the new developments that are happening in our valley. So anyway, with that, thank you so much for your time.
Mr. Alvarez?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome Bo to the dais and appreciate the effort. It could be sometimes, a great opportunity that spearheads something else. So, wish you the best in what you want to do in the future. And also was present when Alexis got her award, and it was an awesome ceremony. It's even better when it was a surprise. But to hear from the school itself the great things that are happening there, and thank you to the leadership who's supporting those type of activities. So we really appreciate what you represent as far as our district goes. And as we think about the National Hispanic Heritage Month, it's a great opportunity to highlight the many contributions that individuals from across different cultures are making here at Desert Sands. An invitation to anyone in our community that if you're having some activities, please do send us an invitation, and maybe we can have our public information officer ensure that we get those notifications. We want to welcome Stephen as a new AP. It's a tough job being an AP. But one that comes with a lot of intrinsic rewards. So thank you for taking up the challenge. You are greatly needed as an AP, and we want to just acknowledge all of our APs because they do valuable work. So thank you, sir, for taking on that challenge. And obviously, we can't drive instruction without our data, so thank you to Mr. Michael O'Neill for taking on that challenge because we need that data to ensure that we're heading the right direction, and we really appreciate the efforts you're going to be making with Ed Services. So thank you, sir. We just want to say thank you for the great start to the school year. There's always little things going on here and there, but overall, the efforts that we're seeing are greatly noted and appreciated. So continue doing what you guys are doing, and we look forward to seeing you guys next time. So thank you, sir.
Ms. Pierce?
Yes, I want to welcome Bo also. And he said he went to John Adams, so he might have been a kindergartner on my last year there, maybe. Who was your kindergarten teacher? You don't remember? Well, I did teach kindergarten my last year there, so I should have known your name. But anyway, that was a quiz for you. You'll have to text me later. Just kidding. I want to welcome you and wish you the best. I love that you're in journalism and that you like to stay active and with leadership positions, so good luck with that. Also, congratulations to Alexa as well, and continue to be a mentor and a role model to teachers. And every time I see somebody that's going to college to be a teacher, I just say, please stay with it, do it, you can do it, and so just inspire as many people as you can, and I know you're a very big impact with your students, so thank you. And also, welcome Mr. Giddings. You have a good friend over there with Michelle, And just welcome to the desert. And Kristen Harper, wonderful. The two of you, I'm sure, are making a great environment and culture there for Truman. Also, welcome to Mr. O'Neill and your position too. And so thank you. That's it.
Ms. Lee's going to give you, would you like to, what memory served you right now?
You thought of it? You looking back, did I have rabbits in my classroom? Yeah. Oh, gosh, okay. I rescued rabbits that were domestic little bunnies that were out running around in the cove in 110 degrees, and I brought them to this classroom, and I had cages all over trying to get them adopted. Isn't that funny? You know what? Your face looks like a little tiny kindergartner I can see in there.
That's very nice.
Yes, I know.
And, okay, well, I'm just saying, if I think he's ready to boomerang back and give a speech, but Madam President, you could be the call if you want to go first and maybe.
I mean, I'll let you go. We'll save the best for last. I'm just kidding.
It is the time.
Yeah, yeah. Pull your microphone.
Is that part of your presentation? So we'll hold off on that.
Oh, is that one? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, then we'll hold on.
Okay, my turn. Congratulations, Mr. Giddings, and welcome to Desert Sands, Dr. O'Neill. Congratulations to Alexis. I think everybody said everything there. I apologize I couldn't go to the mayor's meeting. I was at work. We did go to Coffee with Kelly, though. Ms. Pierce, Ms. Perez, Dr. Hyde, and Mrs. Fisher were also there. And I think it was the best turnout. And I always want parents to know that it's an opportunity to really connect with our superintendent, and she'll talk to you. And if you have any issues, it's a good time to just be on a personal level with her. One thing I do want to address, and I think everybody knows my opinion on this, but I see a lot of chatter about heat mitigation, and I want parents to know that I see it and I hear it, and we talk about it, and I think it's important that the administrators have been made aware, and just to emphasize it, that heat mitigation is not an option. If it is above the heat index, our kids are not forced to eat outside in the heat. That's all I have for tonight. Dr. Wood?
All right, well, good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be in here in place of our superintendent. Alexis, just obviously huge congratulations to you. Just the positive impact that you have continued to have on kids and will have on kids is huge for us, and I'm just honored to have worked with you when we were knights at one time. Mr. Giddings, congratulations. Super happy to have you over at Truman, working with Mrs. Harper. And then Dr. O'Neill, super excited for you and for us in Ed Services to have you, and eagerly looking forward to you getting started and getting to the work. Also, I'd be remiss as a former history teacher if I did not acknowledge that today, September 17th, is Constitution Day, commemorating the signing of the Constitution on September 17th, 1787. The United States Constitution is the world's longest surviving written charter of government of 235 years. I'd like to thank our schools and teachers for their efforts in acknowledging this day and the significance of the United States Constitution. A great example of this is Ms. Cheryl Schuler, a social science teacher over at La Quinta High School, who has a yearly tradition of having her students sign a giant copy of the Constitution and provides a pocket-sized Constitution for each student as well. And at this time, I'd like to provide our board president her very own pocket-sized Constitution, courtesy of Ms. Schuler and signed by Ms. Schuler.
All right, at this time, I'd like to give everyone that came for recognition the opportunity to go and celebrate with your family and friends.
And a picture for O'Neill and Giddings.
And if you were here for recognition, please go outside for a picture in the hallway, unless you're staying for the remainder of the meeting. Public comment on open session items. Communications from the floor. In accordance with the bylaws of the board number 9323, time is reserved for oral communication by members of the Board of Education or by citizens. Citizens wishing to be heard on agenda items, regular or special meeting, and or non-agenda items within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board, regular meetings only, shall have a 3-minute limit. A total of 20 minutes will be reserved for public comment on each item. The board president, with concurrence of the board, may extend this time if deemed appropriate due to the number of citizens who wish to speak on an item. In accordance with the law, the board cannot take action on any item not appearing on the agenda, as indicated in bylaws of the board number 9232.2. Individual speakers shall be allowed 3 minutes to address the board on each agenda, regular or special meeting, or non-agenda item, regular meeting. The board shall limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. Please be advised that there is a possibility that some items discussed during public comment will not be developmentally appropriate for minors. We ask that parents use their discretion when choosing to remain in the boardroom during public comment. If you choose to leave the room, you may wait in the overflow location at the end of the hallway, and you will be notified when public comments have concluded. There are no online public comments. The first comment I have is for Shane Boyle.
I'd like to assign my time to my wife, Sierra.
We don't at Desert Sands. You don't allow them to pass the time, do you?
So there's nothing in the bylaws that say they can't assign their time. I already read them. I know for a fact there's not.
Okay.
And okay, so can I start?
Go.
All right, so your guys' mission statement states to inspire and nurture every student one opportunity at a time. Are you nurturing students who only look like the people in administration or the people who are sitting on your board today? Tell me what you've done to prepare my student for college, career, or life as your mission statement claims. It states we will be the district of choice to successfully prepare every student for college, career, and life. It doesn't say select students or students who fit a certain criteria. It states every student. How is being racist, discriminating, and having implicit biases to kids who look like my kids nurturing? Is allowing kids to write white power on the classroom board and teachers saying, well, it wasn't me, part of the mission statement for Desert Sands Unified School District? Or is having the only black student in the classroom read To Kill a Mockingbird multiple times and being allowed for the other students to say the N-word every single time the book is read? Or when I come to a board meeting and address it, none of you board members contacting me? Or when I contact administration telling me, well, I read that book too as a kid and I didn't feel the way that you felt. Of course you wouldn't. You're not black like me. Or is allowing a student to be jumped by 3 girls and then not providing her homework or to take tests while they're out on home hospital, is that nurturing? Is allowing your administration at Palm Desert High to laugh when I mention the amount of times my daughter has been and is continued to be called the N-word part of nurturing? Or when the administration allowed my daughter's personal information to be provided to another family? That doesn't seem very inspiring or nurturing to my student, let alone any other student, regardless of what they look like. My daughter has been dealing with racism within Desert Sands Unified School District since she was in 5th grade, and now here she is a senior, and we're still having the same conversations with no change. To be told by Desert Sands Unified School District that by me challenging the decision that your board, each one of you, decided to vote upon, made the situation harder than what it needed to be. That doesn't raise concern from you that multiple people agree to stipulated expulsions? That doesn't raise any red flags, that I'm the only person, according to your administration, that decided to appeal anything within this district. That's a huge red flag. But of course you don't have any concerns, because the students and the parents who are agreeing to these stipulated expulsions don't look anything like you guys sitting on the board today. And if they do, they're probably not being provided translators or being provided their rights at all, because I wasn't provided a lot of the information I should have been provided. I had to waste probably more of my life being a part-time, unpaid person within Desert Sands to fight for my student. And here I am today again, fighting for my student. When I emailed each one of you guys since yesterday, do you think any one of you took the time to reach out? Of course not. That's why when I got up here today, I saw your face, President, look disturbed, look bothered. I'd be bothered and disturbed too, talking about uncomfortable situations you're not willing to do anything about. And why did you guys want to become a board member? Was it to help students, or was it just to continue to display racism, but displaying it within a system that's designed to do so? I personally feel you're taking your positions for granted because no one has challenged you. You guys all run unopposed. Unopposed. If I would have known that, I would have made sure that people go out and run. But instead, we have people like you who constantly are in positions to constantly, over and over again, ruin kids' lives. Over, year after year after year after year, because no one else runs. No one else does. So it's not because you guys do a good job, it's just because no one else is running. Multiple terms of just not living up to the mission statement posted on your website. And I would still like to know, once again, why my daughter's issue was not put on today's agenda. Why no one replied to me via email. Why no one can answer simple questions. Why I have to look up the Browns Act and send you guys and the administrators information on what they should be doing for their jobs. And tonight, we're here to talk about, in public, about all the trauma Desert Sands Unified House School District has caused my daughter, but our family as well. Instead of being at our son's football practice, we're here addressing something that could have been addressed on a different agenda. Why does Desert Sands Unified School District want to continue to ruin the life of one student? Is it your egos? I think so. Or is it by doing the right thing that would be admitting faults? But we can't do that, right? Because we're all imperfect. We can't admit that we messed up, we made a mistake this one time. Or would it be that admitting the biases that each one of you guys have? And to sit there and say you don't have a bias would be a problem also, because we're all human, and I think every human has biases, but to be in administration, you have to learn how to put your biases to the side, and you guys don't do that. Your administrators don't do that. I had a meeting with an administrator at Palm Desert High School, and to watch him laugh at the amount of times my daughter has been called the N-word speaks volumes for the type of district that our kids are within. And again, I'm not expecting any one of you to reach out after coming here today, because you didn't even reach out today. This is just me covering my butt further to make sure that I have proof that I've done every step possible to make sure that when it comes to what it's going to come to, you guys are all fully warned. And I'm not asking for much either. I'm asking for the same opportunities that the people who look like you or the students who look like you get. My black kid and other black kids don't get those same opportunities. Or even the opportunity to sit up there like I have a stink attitude because I'm bothered that a parent's here today. I'd like that opportunity also. One day, possibly, maybe in another life when I become back, possibly white and not black. We'll see. Time's up, but my daughter has 3 more minutes and she's gonna allow her time to me too. So do you want me to sit down or do you want me to stand here? You decide, because you're the only one that's bothered by it.
You can give her 3 more minutes.
So like I was saying, I'm not asking for much other than the same opportunities the student that look like each one of you receive. The opportunity to go to school and not feel like you're in constant fear of your life, or the feel of having to stand up for your culture because there is no policy in place for hate speech directed at people using the N-word towards kids. For example, my daughter's been called the N-word countless times since 5th grade, had her tooth knocked out since 5th grade, been bullied, been beat up, been jumped multiple different times. And guess what? There's nothing in place for these students who do these things. Don't you think if there was a policy in place that tells students if you call a kid an N-word, you're going to be punished the same way that you guys want to punish the black kids when they react to being called the N-word. I want to know how you'd react if I called you a derogatory name, because your attitude already is not even me calling you derogatory names. It's already terrible just for me standing up here having a conversation. But that's the privilege that you get for being white in America today. So if I went around calling Hispanics names, whites names, and Jews derogatory names, each one of you guys would have a problem. You know why? Because we have whites up here, we have Hispanics up here. I don't know if we have Jews up here, but I know we have an administrator at Shadow Hills High School that's a Jew who was easily offended anytime I brought up the trauma my black student went through and wanted to compare it. But that's the privilege that you get when you're not black, like I said, in today's society. So for the last time, I'm asking for a special board meeting to be called for my daughter before October 1st, because I got all the information from RCOE like RCO requested and like Laura Fisher requested prior to today's meeting, a week well in advance prior to today's meeting, and I don't understand why it's not on the agenda other than further pushing your narrative to constantly cause mental health issues to my daughter. That's all this is. And lastly, I do hope when Judgment Day comes, because it will come, and each one of you will have to answer to God, even including the administrators in the back, as to why you decided to play with his children and not do what you were called upon to do for the children of God, that you guys can take whatever's going to be leashed upon you. And that's it. I'll go ahead and sit down so you can stop. Change your face, smile a little bit. It might make your day better.
Brenda Hawley.
She has her time too, so I'm going to let her go. Go ahead.
My name is Layla Kayani Cairo Holly. I'm 10 years old in the 5th grade. I attend Abraham Lincoln Elementary School. Since kindergarten, I have been racially harassed, physically bullied, not only by students but by staff. My mom has contacted the district, met with Kelly Mae Vollmer on several occasions, only to be told me and my sister were lying. I just want everybody to know that my name is Layla Kayani Cairo Holly and not nigga, black bitch or black African monkey, and no, I don't pick cotton. I have been denied on equal opportunities, harassment, racist, bullying, free educational environment due to the treatment my sister and I received while attending Abraham Lincoln Elementary from students and staff. I have to move to another school so I can be safe, while the 5 racist, bullying, harassing adults are still there to do it to other black children. They were successful in their mission statement, bullying us until we left. The district bullying and harassment and complaint procedures is a lie. My mom followed all directions in reporting the bullying and racial harassment that me and my sister endured at Abraham Lincoln Elementary until she was forced to file a complaint with the FBI.
And trust and believe the FBI is going to investigate it all because it's a hate crime. My daughter on the 5th of this month was called a nigger and got her hair snatched out from her scalp. And nobody at that school called me. Nobody. And also, I bet you guys didn't know that a kid brought a gun to school in 2022 too. The school didn't tell any parent or anybody, only a few parents knew. Yes, and he said he was going to shoot up the school. So the 2 kids that were harassing her on the school website, I effing hate Layla. So this is on his school computer. So who's monitoring these computers? You guys sit up there like nothing's going on and you guys sweep everything under the rug. But you know what? Like she said, you guys are going to have to answer to this. Because you know what? Like I said, I'm tired. For 5 years, and I complained for 5 years straight, and nothing was done about them calling my kids out of their name. And the principal is racist. He had 2 teachers sending them out of school constantly, out of class, to put on a shirt. Okay, that was her time. I have my time. To put on a uniform shirt. Only 2 black kids in each class, and the only kids that were sent out when there were multiple students in the class without a shirt. The principal would do the same thing until I had to tell his ass to leave my kids alone. And I had to tell the teachers the same thing. And when I was talking to the teacher, one of the teachers, Norma Peru, she stood up and laughed at me. She laughed at me. And she thought it was funny. So you have racists, not only is the Desert Sands Unified School District have a bunch of racists up here, it's racist, and you have racist teachers at these schools that these black kids go to, and these black kids are not safe at any of these schools. Now, I'm done.
Information, Head Start program reports for June to July 2024, and Desert Sands Teachers Association, California Teachers Association, National Education Association's initial proposal to negotiate with the Desert Sands Unified School District for the 2024 to 2025 school year. Staff conference items, Dr. Wood.
Yeah, I'd like to turn it over to Bo for our student board member and the Horizon report.
Good evening, President Dr. Watson, Superintendent May Volmar, and members of the Board of Education and members of the audience. My name is Bo LeBoyd. I am a senior at Horizon School. I would like to introduce our Horizon School administrative team, Assistant Principal Dr. Serena Strange Morel, and Dr. Jose Ramirez. I have the privilege of sharing the many positive things happening at Horizon School. Horizon is the home to 9 alternative programs for Desert Sands, Virtual Academy for grades TK5, TK5 Independent Studies, homeschool model, Virtual Academy for middle school, high school, Opportunity Programs 10th grade, CWAP grades 9 through 12, and 10th and 11th grade program, and Vista grades 9 through 12. We have 16 teachers, 3 in grades TK5, 2 in grades 6 through 8, 7 in grades 9 through 12, 3 in Opportunity, 1 in Vista Special Education, 1 counselor, and 1 instructional coach. We are DSUSD's virtual independent studies for remote learners and offer a quality education that is comparable to comprehensive high schools while allowing them flexibility in their schedules. Our students in grades TK8 are completely virtual, and our high school is at least 95% virtual. Our students join us on Google Meet from all over the Coachella Valley and even Desert Center, which is a remote community that is about a 90-minute drive away. All students have weekly appointments where we attend 3 one-hour labs in English, math, and science in small group settings, and last year we added 30-minute labs for elective classes. This format is why many students choose to attend Horizon School. We are able to receive instruction that is more appropriate to our needs. Being a virtual school is an ever-challenging task with new technology available at a click of a mouse. With the help of the DSUSD Technology Department, we have been able to continue to improve staff and student technology skills. Our teachers have become pros on Google Meet, Google Classroom, Google Suite, Seesaw, Doc Cams, Huddle Cams, and LFDs. Our students have also been able to take part in some in-person activities, the Elementary Fall Festival, the Middle School Avid Day, College Kickoff, College and Career Fair, skydiving, visits to the College of the Desert, and FAFSA nights. Our high school students are prepared for college and career in all our courses, including our Avid 9 and our new College 001 and Counseling 12. We are working closely with the College of the Desert as we work on increasing our concurrent enrollment courses at Horizon. We also have several opportunity programs at Horizon that serve as interventions for high school students. Our 10th grade opportunity program addresses nearly 40 students district-wide that have earned 15 credits or less, have poor attendance, and struggle to find success on a comprehensive high school campus. Students have the opportunity to earn up to 100 credits by the year's end. Many of these students are able to begin their junior year near or at pace with their peers. Students are referred by their counselor at the School of Residence for this program. Our 11th through 12th grade opportunity program supports approximately 70 students that are credit deficient, have poor attendance, and have not been successful in a traditional high school environment. Students are referred by their counselor at the School of the Residence for this program. Our Children with Opportunity program, CWOP, provides students with an opportunity to recover credits and offers social, emotional support and counseling services in a small group setting and individual services. Students are referred by the Child Welfare and Attendance Department. Horizon School has been a big help to me academically and personally. I have been going to Horizon School since the beginning of my freshman year, and it has been a pleasant experience. Horizon has given me, and most likely a lot of other students, the opportunity to work from home through their independent studies program. Online learning has allowed me to learn and work on my own while providing guidance from amazing teachers. When the pandemic had a devastating impact on our learning systems and our anxieties were heightened, Horizon School has been a great stress reliever for many students, including myself. I appreciate everything Horizon has done to offer a variety of programs and assistance. Thank you for your time, and I hope this district will continue to support Horizon School's Independent Studies Virtual School and our other programs.
Dr. Wood?
All right. So on behalf of the board and myself, we want to provide you this plaque of recognition for your participation tonight.
Video or no? Do you have a video or no? Oh, okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Horizon School's Virtual Academy Family Information Session. My name is Dr. Ramirez.
Welcome to Horizon Virtual Academy. We are here to tell you what Horizon is really like as a student.
Horizon School is committed to providing a quality educational program designed to meet the specific individual needs and academic abilities of students who benefit from an alternative approach to learning. Upon graduation, students will be college and career ready.
The purpose of Horizon School is to ensure that students acquire the skills and knowledge to succeed as critical thinkers, lifelong learners, and productive and responsible citizens. Students have equal access to a rigorous student-centered learning environment presented by committed staff, working in partnership with families and a diverse community.
Hi, I'm Diana Rubio, a 12th grader at Horizon School enrolled in Horizon's Independent Studies program. This program supports my career goals and my high school education by having a strong community and personalized learning. My week includes interactive classes with self-guided study, strengthening my creativity and independence. These skills are key to my future success.
At Horizon, we meet with our teachers once a week in a small group. A typical day of class at Horizon consists of logging into Google Meets to meet with our teachers, having them check our work throughout the week, and giving a lesson on what we will be learning in the following week.
Hello, my name is Janice Ortega. I'm in 9th grade at Horizon School. My enrollment at Horizon was prompted by the global pandemic COVID-19, which meant a shift in educational settings. What I value most about Horizon is its emphasis on personalized learning through one-on-one classes and smaller group settings. A typical school week for me at Horizon is characterized by productivity and adaptability, allowing me to effectively manage my schedule. Through this unique educational experience, I am honing essential life skills, such as working under pressure, problem solving, independence, responsibility, and time management.
Hi, my name is Abel Navarro, and I'm in 12th grade at Horizon School. I've attended Horizon my 4 years of high school. My favorite thing about Horizon is being able to work at my own pace and only having to attend classes 1 day a week. I usually connect with my teachers 1 day a week with a small group of students for 4 hours.
Hello, my name is Brenda Ramos. I'm in 12th grade and I've been at Horizon School since my freshman year in 2020, and I've had the opportunity to be taught both strictly online and in-person schooling, which is what I'm doing right now. And the teachers, they let you feel included, they leave room for questions, and they even let us talk privately with them after class.
At Horizon, I help take charge of my education.
I love and I'm proud to be in Horizon.
Public hearing number is 03/2024-2025, Pupil Textbook and Instructional Materials Compliance for fiscal year 2024 to 2025, opening public comment at 7:58 p.m. Is there anyone wishing to comment on this item?
Good evening. I'm Trina Gonzalez-Alisi. I'm the Desert Sands Teachers Association president, and I wanted to mention that I've served on Curriculum Council before and helped choose textbooks and instructional materials for our students and our staff here in Desert Sands, and I feel that the process is It's a very good process. It's very well thought out. It's very organized. I also pay attention to the Williams complaints that might come in, and I know that we do supply the textbooks and instructional materials for all of our students without any of those complaints, and I really appreciate that in Desert Sands, and I appreciate being part of Desert Sands. Thank you.
Closing public comment at 7:59 p.m. Number 2, public hearing number 04/2024-2025, Desert Sands Teachers Association, California Teachers Association, National Education Association's initial proposal to negotiate with Desert Sands Unified School District for the 2024 to 2025 school year. Opening public comments at 7:59 p.m. Anyone wishing to comment?
Good evening, Trina Gonzalez-Alisi, Desert Sands Teachers Association President. Earlier this evening, we addressed the board and cabinet, my bargaining team, and I addressed the board and cabinet with our Sunshine proposal for negotiations for this next round. I introduced my bargaining team members. I have 8 bargaining team members, and we also mentioned the articles that we plan to open this year. We have enjoyed having a very good relationship with the district. Our negotiations are generally very smooth and definitely cordial and professional, and I appreciate and respect that relationship. And I have no reason to believe that it would change this year. And we're looking forward to getting some dates on the calendar so that we can begin that negotiations on behalf of our Desert Sands staff. Thank you.
Closing public comments at 8 p.m. 3, public hearing number 05/2024-2025, Desert Sands Unified School District's initial proposal to negotiate with the Desert Sands Teachers Association, California Teachers Association, National Education Association for the 2024 to 2025 school year. Opening public comment at 8:01 p.m. Is there anyone wishing to comment on this item? Closing public comments at 8:02 p.m. Okay, general functions, business services. There are 2 items in general functions, business services, with 17.1 being a resolution item and requiring a roll call vote. Is there a motion to take item 17.2?
Alvarez.
Is there a second?
Second, Porras.
Any discussion? Hearing none, calls for the question, preferential vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0 with 1 preferential vote. Is there a motion for item 17.1?
So moved, Alvarez.
Is there a second? Second, roll call vote, Mr. LeBoyd?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Did 17.2 first, and now we're doing 17.1, so it's a roll call. It's okay. Mr. LeBoyd? Aye. Mr. Duran?
Yes. Aye.
Ms. Porras? Mr. Alvarez?
Aye.
Ms. Pierce? Aye. And I'm an aye. Motion carries 5-0 with 1 preferential vote. General functions, educational services. There are 3 items for general functions, educational services, with 18.1 and 18.2 being resolution items and requiring a roll call vote. Is there a motion to take item 18.3?
So moved, Alvarez.
Is there a second?
Second, Porras.
Preferential vote.
Aye.
Any discussion? Hearing none, calls for the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0 with 1 preferential vote. Is there a motion for item 18.1?
So moved,
Is
Alvarez.
there a second?
Second, Pierce.
Roll call vote, Mr. LeBoyd? Mr. Duran?
Aye.
Ms. Porras?
Aye.
Mr. Alvarez?
Aye.
Ms. Pierce?
Aye.
I'm an aye. Motion carries 5-0 with 1 preferential vote. Is there a motion for item 18.2?
So moved, Alvarez.
Is there a second?
Second, Pierce.
Roll call vote, Mr. LeBoyd?
Aye.
Mr. Duran?
Aye.
Ms. Porras?
Aye.
Mr. Alvarez?
Aye.
Ms. Pierce? And I'm an aye. Motion carries 5-0 with 1 preferential vote. General functions, personnel services. There are 3 items for general functions, personnel services. Is there a motion to take these as a group or individually? No, it's a personnel item.
So moved, Pierce. Take them as a group.
Second, Alvarez.
Hearing none, calls for the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0. General function student support services, we have none. General function superintendent, we have none. Consent item student matters, Dr. Wood.
Tonight in closed session, item 3.1, the board took action to approve the following student reinstatement, case number 22/23-20, on a motion made by Porras, seconded by Alvarez. And the motion carried 4-0 with the board accepting the recommendation of reinstatement.
Thank you. Consent items, business services. There are 8 items in consent items, business services. Is there a motion to take these as a group or individually?
As a group.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Porras.
Any discussion? Hearing none, calls for the question, preferential vote.
Aye.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0 with 1 preferential vote. Consent items, educational services. There are 7 items in consent items, educational services. Is there a motion to take these as a group or individually?
Motion to take them as a group.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, calls for the question, preferential vote. Preferential.
Aye.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0 with 1 preferential vote. Consent items, personnel services, there are none. Consent items, student support services, there are 5 items in consent items, student support services. Is there a motion to take these as a group or individually?
So moved as a group, Porras.
Is there a second?
Second, Pierce.
Any discussion?
A question on number 3.
Yeah.
Is that just to have a resource for our students? Is that what that one is? Dr. Wood?
Great question. So I don't know, is there anybody in the audience
Stated.
from our folks that have a little bit more context for shelter of the storm?
Well, it's stated in our Friday letter that it was to support students that are in homes with domestic violence. That's the women's shelter.
Do you have any more information on that? Or maybe we can include it in the next Friday later. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Preferential vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0 with 1 preferential vote. Consent items, superintendent, there are none. Personnel action certificated, Dr. Hyde. We have no retirements. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second, Pierce.
Any discussion? Hearing none, calls for the question. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0. Personnel actions classified, Dr. Hyde.
Okay, thank you very much, President Watson. I actually am excited to announce 4 retirements from our classified team. First off is Ernesto Rubalcaba Cota, he is actually retiring after 17 years of service in transportation. He's currently a vehicle and equipment technician, so kudos to him. Lorena Cruz, who's also from our transportation department, is a bus driver, and she's retiring after 19 years of service to the district. And then Maria Rivas, state and federal office specialist, retiring after 21 years of service to the district. And last but certainly not least is Marina Valenzuela, also from transportation, a bus driver, retiring after 23 years of service. These 4 employees have 80 years of combined service to DSUSD. So again, congratulations, and very happy for all of them.
Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second, Pierce.
Any discussion?
I just want to say congratulations for making it to the finish line, and our bus drivers are usually the first people that see our students, and we appreciate them and their hard work that they do. And anyway, enjoy your retirement.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries 5-0. Call out of closed session items, Dr. Wood.
Listed under closed session item 3.2, the board took action this evening on settlement claim number 24-L-02 on a motion made by Porras, seconded by Alvarez. The motion carried 4-0 with the board approving the settlement claim. And then in closed session item 3.3, the board approved the appointment of the following individuals: Aaron Cantor, psychologist; Rolando Maldonado, psychologist intern; Marlene Orozco, psychologist intern; Dr. Lisa McCall, resolution and compliance officer; Carmelita Coppens, mental health therapist, and Duke Tanyuvasa, security manager. Passed on a motion by Porras, seconded by Pierce, and the motion carried 4-0 with the board accepting the recommendations.
Thank you. A suggestion for future agenda items that receive at least 3 votes. Mr. LeBoyd? Thank you. Mr. Duran?
Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback on your little the heat mitigation thing, and I actually, could actually say that I thought, how do I want to put this? All the swimming pools, I think, that I'm pretty familiar with in the desert. Recently, there's a new CIF rule, so the pool has to be cooler than it's 82 degrees. Well, that's almost impossible here in the desert. And the irony is that, I swam when it was probably, 90 degrees and probably won a lot of games, maybe because it was too hot. I don't know. But I'd like, I look at them and it's almost like it's a bare minimum heat mitigation shade structures kind of things. And I'm just looking down the line, so I guess is what I'm saying. Being proud of the fact that, we did pass one of the largest bonds that we could, say maybe some of that money with my peers up here to look at that, because those places are just a heat pit, if you really kind of want to talk about it. And I think we're still not legal, possibly. So we need aerators too, is what I've understood. And I know people up here know that. I wanted the public to know that because it is a concern. And I want to say this too, that I'm proud of the fact that Desert Sands is the only district that has a full-on competitive swimming, aquatic facilities at all of their high schools in the desert. And that's thanks to not only the people that have been on the board since I was a little kid in the 70s, all the way to this current time, and also to Joe Ledesma, who's I know here, and built many of these pools. They're fabulous structures, but I think it's just something that recently, without saying, other things, but gosh dang, it's hot out there now. It's just hot. And as a guy who's been on that deck since 1972 or 1, it is. I know. Wouldn't you say, Ms. Porras? I mean, you swam, and you know how hot it can get. Anyway, maybe we just look into something into helping out with all the construction that's maybe possibly going to do.
So from our previous facility study session, the board approved a $30 million initiative that we'd be using redevelopment money for, where our facilities teams worked with most of our principals, pretty much all the principals at the sites, to determine where we could place shade structures. The board will be seeing that during the middle of October, and we expect that we'll be able to install a pretty significant amount of shade structures at all of our schools over a 2-year period.
And I could throw this in, it just came to me too, but it also has to do with glare. If you went to the Shadow Hills pool, and we basically have had to change a lot of things, the way we can play the game, because when that sun is setting in the west, there is absolutely no way to see the pool from one other side. And actually, I just came from a pool, and I'll just say, out of the valley, they had the same problem. So I'd like us to be the leaders that we are again and create not only heat mitigation, glare facilities, that basically kind of block that stuff that's happening on pool decks. It's going to make it a better experience, and I don't know why we don't play at night, to be honest. Football does, right? 7 o'clock. I don't know why we can't play at 7 o'clock.
Morris? Mr. Alvarez?
Yeah, on the public comments, can we get on the Friday later just a timeline of when, when did we get it back from county to present, and then also what was the rationale for the kickback from county? So let's see the document the county sent us. So we put that on a Friday letter.
That should already be for the next closed session. Yeah. Ms. Pierce? I have nothing. And I have nothing. Announcements. The next regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Education will be October 1st, 2024 in the District Education Boardroom, 47950 Dune Palms Road, La Quinta, California. We do not need to reconvene to closed session. This meeting is adjourned at 8:15 p.m.